The road toward electrification has never been smooth, but for Nissan and its luxury arm, Infiniti, the journey seems to be growing more complicated by the day. Once hailed as a pioneer for launching the Leaf back in 2009, Nissan was early to the EV party, signaling a new era where electric vehicles would become mainstream. Yet more than a decade later, the company finds itself in a precarious position. Its ambitious plans for a new wave of electric vehicles are now facing significant delays, and the shifting sands of U.S. politics are partly to blame. For American drivers, who have long looked to Nissan as a practical, forward-thinking choice, the latest news raises new questions about whether the brand can keep pace in a market that's rapidly transforming and sometimes retreating. When it comes to EV adoption, Nissan has officially pushed back production on two highly anticipated electric crossovers by nearly a year. These models were set to roll off the line at the company's Canton, Mississippi plant, a facility that has been part of Nissan's American manufacturing story for decades. Originally, the first of the two EVs, known internally by the codename PZ1K, was scheduled to start production in early 2028. Now, that date has slipped to November of 2028. Its sibling, an Infiniti-branded crossover referred to as PZ1J, has been delayed until March of 2029. Though a 10-month delay may sound minor in the grand scheme of automotive development, in the fiercely competitive EV race, nearly a year can feel like an eternity. Nissan isn't alone in reassessing its electric future. Across the industry, automakers have been tapping the brakes as market conditions change and as political forces create fresh uncertainty. One major shockwave came on the 4th of July, when President Trump signed into law the sweeping One Big Beautiful Bill. Among its many provisions was the elimination of the Clean Vehicle Tax Credit, which had offered up to $7,500 to buyers of new electric vehicles. Instead of being phased out at the end of 2032 as originally planned, the incentive will now vanish on September 30, 2025. For companies banking on federal support to make EVs more affordable for everyday Americans, this abrupt policy shift has forced a lot of tough choices. For Nissan, the Clean Vehicle Credit was a crucial piece of the puzzle. It's not just a matter of cost, it's about consumer psychology. That $7,500 incentive often helped bridge the gap between gasoline-powered vehicles and typically pricier electric alternatives. Without it, the price tag for a new EV could suddenly feel out of reach for a significant slice of American buyers. It's no surprise, then, that Nissan has joined other manufacturers like Slate, who recently announced that its once sub-$20,000 electric pickup would now start in the mid-20s. Across the board, automakers are grappling with how to deliver the EVs they promised while keeping them financially viable for the people who want to drive them. Nissan's official statement about the delay is carefully worded, emphasizing strategic planning and the desire to exceed customer expectations. Yet reading between the lines, it's clear that the automaker is navigating some treacherous waters. Earlier this year, Nissan had promised an adventure-focused SUV that would arrive late in the 2027 fiscal year. Teaser images hinted at a boxy, rugged design reminiscent of the Xterra, a beloved nameplate that conjures images of off-road capability and outdoor freedom. Meanwhile, Infiniti's version of the crossover was expected to arrive in 2028, featuring a more elegant and curvaceous design inspired by the Vision Qce concept, along with high-end technology features and the brand's latest artistry in motion design language. These vehicles were meant to mark a new chapter for both brands, a move away from the purely practical image that Nissan has carried for years, and into a space that blends utility with style, performance, and technological sophistication. For Infiniti, in particular, the stakes are high. The brand has struggled in recent years to capture the attention of American luxury buyers, who have flocked instead to German and other premium brands offering sleek SUVs packed with cutting-edge tech. New EVs were supposed to help rejuvenate Infiniti's lineup, drawing buyers eager for luxury that's also environmentally conscious. Now, with the delays, that revival is once again slipping further into the future. Adding to Nissan's challenges is the reality that the EV market itself is in flux. Early optimism about rapid adoption has collided with consumer hesitation, high interest rates, and uncertainty over charging infrastructure. While the nation's EV charging network continues to expand, range anxiety remains a significant concern for many drivers. Without the financial boost of federal incentives, buyers may decide to stick with traditional gasoline vehicles a little longer, or turn to hybrid models instead, which some automakers are leaning on as a stopgap solution. Earlier this year, Nissan also made the difficult decision to cancel plans for electric sedans for both the Nissan and Infiniti brands, as well as a subcompact electric crossover that would have slotted below the popular Rogue in size. These cancellations underscore how quickly strategic plans can shift in an industry where billions of dollars are at stake. For every announcement of a futuristic concept car, there's often a quieter story behind the scenes of budgets being tightened, production schedules rewritten, and priorities reordered to match a world that seems to change overnight. For American consumers, all of this means that the choices they'll see in dealerships over the next few years might look a little different than they'd hoped. The promise of an electric future is still very much alive, but it may arrive more slowly, and perhaps at a higher price than many expected. Nissan, despite its long history as an EV trailblazer, is now wrestling with the same challenges that confront the entire industry: how to bring electric vehicles to market that are both technologically impressive and financially accessible, in a climate where political decisions can suddenly redraw the map. In the end, Nissan's story serves as a vivid reminder that building cars isn't just about engineering and design. It's also about reading the winds of politics, economics, and human behavior. As the company regroups and recalibrates its plans, American drivers will be watching closely, hoping that the next wave of electric vehicles, from Nissan and everyone else, will still deliver on the promise of a cleaner, more exciting automotive future.